Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Happy Healthy Whole. And today I want to talk about fear. It is a real thing. It is a real thing that people try to, even if you're not fearful of things, people around you and people that you love will try to bully you into fear, so to speak. And the only thing I can think of, there was a line in a Nas song, and I think it's No Idea original from No Idea is original from the Lost Tapes. He says towards the end of that song something like something about his eyes cut every direction. He can't decide what's better protection, God or guns, or something like that. And I bring that up because people are always telling me, you need to get a gun, girl. You need to get a weapon. You need to get some mace. You need to get this. You need to get that. And they'll say all of that because I have a dog and I walk my dog in the mornings before work or before I start my day. That's the first thing I do. I'll go to the park and I'll walk my dog. I have a very close friend of mine, and she means no harm. I know she doesn't. And I know people are only trying to advise me because they love me. Even my dad has told me, you need to get a gun. You a single woman, you live by yourself. You need to get a gun. Look, let me tell you something. I don't I don't think being single is a reason to carry a gun everywhere you go. I don't think walking in the park is a reason to carry a gun in the mornings. I just don't feel like those are legitimate reasons to be walking around carrying a gun. I think a lot of people have allowed the world to scare them into this idea that a gun is the safest way to go. I don't live a life where I feel like a gun is necessary. Like, I feel like that's a necessary attachment to my person. You know, I'm not in the streets. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not hustling. I'm getting up, going to work just like most Americans do. And I'm walking my dog. I had my closest friend literally said to me, okay, you out there with them, you out there like them white people, you gonna mess around and get killed out there walking your dog. Walking my dog? I'm gonna mess around and get killed walking my dog? I don't live in New York City. I don't live in a place where in my mind I don't, where people are dying everywhere. People are dying in foreign countries. People are dying in the streets, in neighborhoods, all over the place. So, am I saying that there's never a violent death where I do live? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to allow the world to push me into this idea of being fearful about walking my dog or walking for myself just in general. Even before I had my dog, I would walk. I may not walk at that time in the mornings because I want to give her a good 2 hour, I mean, not a 2 hour walk, a 2 mile walk in the mornings before I get my day started because she's going to be in the house by herself. She needs to exercise. A part of life is a part of being happy, healthy, and whole is doing the things that somewhat increase you, doing the things that enrich your life. My today determines my 60s, and this, the things that I get up and do today, the things that I eat today will determine what my tomorrow looks like. And I'm going to continue to walk. Am I going to take a gun to walk? No, I'm not going to take a gun to walk. And I have other people say, well, carry a knife or get you some what is the spray? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Get you some of that. I'm at the park. I'm not walking on city streets. I'm walking on designated walking trails, on designated greenways that are for people that are walking. I know the other people that are at the park in the morning. It's the same people. You see them all the time. When I see somebody out of place that look a little weird, I'm a little bit more vigilant. Yes, I pay more attention to what's going on. I pay more attention to the people that are around me if I'm walking at a different time in the day and I don't know all the people. I'm not familiar with all of them. But I mean, I'm like this. Be vigilant wherever you go. A part of me keeping my dog healthy too is making sure that she's happy, healthy, and whole. It's not just about me. When you decide that you're going to have a pet, any kind of pet, you have to do the things that will increase that pet's time here. And if you think about a dog, dogs' lifespans are so much shorter than ours. On average, dogs live to be about 14 human years long. And you don't want them living their time here to be unfulfilled. My dog gets so much joy running around sniffing stuff. I don't want to take that away from her. I think she deserved to be able to run around, explore, and do her thing. When she is out there, honey, you can't tell her nothing. She is investigation discovery during the walk. And she might sniff the same tree, the same plant, the same leaf every morning if it didn't move from the morning before. But she's enjoying herself. And I can tell that she enjoys herself. She's fulfilled. She's not in the house tearing up things. A lot of people don't understand. My father went and got a puppy. Y'all, my daddy is 71 years old. I don't know why he went and got a puppy at 71. Bored, I guess. Honey, ain't had the puppy a year. Might be right at a year. And he done already called me and asked me to come get the dog. Because he doesn't know what to do to keep that puppy's fulfilled. So the puppy is tearing up things. The puppy's being unruly. His life is not fulfilled. Just like we want our lives fulfilled, they want their lives fulfilled too. And me getting up and walking my dog, me walking myself, is something that fulfills me. So if you are doing something and people are chastising you about things that you're doing and they are trying to put fear in your heart, do not let them win that battle. Continue to do the things that enrich you. Continue to do the things that make you happy and that give you that fluidity of motion. Because at the end of the day, I understand Naz's thought process, but I'm not living Naz's life. So it's not a hard decision for me to make. What is better protection, God or guns? I'm going to go with God. I trust God. And I have 3 or 4 different parks that I walk at. And before my feet hit the pavement on any one of them, I do ask the Holy Spirit in the morning before I leave the house, which park will be the good park for me to walk in? Which park will Coco and I be safe in this morning? And that's the park. Whatever moves in my spirit, whatever I feel in that moment, that's the park I go to. And I go and I walk. And I just learned about a new park on yesterday from this elderly lady. She told me there's another park in this area too. I'm going to go check that one out this weekend and see how I like it too. And then I'll have 4 different parks I can go to. There was one instance where this gentleman was coming out of nowhere. I think that he might have been a homeless man or something, because he could just like randomly end up behind me on the trail every day. It happened like 3 times in a row. I stopped going to that park to walk because I didn't know what his intentions were. I didn't know why he would be, where he was coming from. He was coming out of nowhere. He didn't look like a walker. He had on jeans and boots and hoodies and stuff. He didn't necessarily have on walking attire like, like he was out for a walk. He was looking like he came from somewhere, and he was always wearing the same thing. And then one other time I did see, the third time I saw him, he had on some different shoes and a different pair of pants. So I don't know, but I was just like, it's a little bit too coincidental that this man keeps ending up behind me on this trail. So that park I don't go to. I don't walk that trail anymore because of that gentleman. But I am vigilant. I do pay attention to what's going on around me. And if people look out of place, I don't play that. I do not play that. I have called 911. If people were sitting in their car and just watching other people walk, and they the only ones sitting in their car just sitting weird and watching people, I was like, let me call the police and have them to come and see what's going on with that person. So I pay attention to what's going on. However, I'm not going to stop walking, okay? Years ago, and a lot of people don't know this. A lot of my family don't know this because I didn't want to tell them, because I didn't want to scare them. I didn't want them tripping. But I was attacked years ago. Way back, I'm 40 years old now. I was like 26 years old. But I fought the man off of me, and I went on about my business. And just like this guy that's following me on this trail, I stopped going to that trail. I just stopped walking there. There are so many different places that you can go walk and keep yourself safe. I don't feel like carrying a gun. I feel like the people that carry guns are the people that eventually use guns. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to have to use a gun on somebody. I don't want to have to need to do that. So I don't want to put myself in a position to even have one. I'm sorry. I don't know why my nose runs every time I get ready to film for you guys. It is what it is. I guess that's my sign that I need to go ahead and end this video. All right, guys. Have a good one.